Although the 1950s saw much change in Norwich as it struggled to rebuild itself, it was to be the 1960s when much of what was thought to be old-fashioned was swept away. Many of these ideas originated in the 1950s. It was lucky that not everything was implemented. Even Elm Hill at one time was looked at for improvement. "1959 was a big year for Norwich football. The Canaries reached the semi-finals of the FA Cup, only to be knocked out by Luton. But they did win the Giant Killers Cup for their sterling efforts. These scenes are of crowds on their way to one of the quarter-finals. In this case, a replay on March the 4th of the match between Norwich City and Sheffield United. Heady times indeed. And the Canaries made the cinema newsreels.
This time it was Ron Ashman's turn to spin the coin. Coldwell called wrong, and 38,000 at Norwich saw Sheffield United kick off. Sheffield in striped shirts playing left to right. This was a replay in round 6 of the Cup, a battle royal for the right to be in the semi-final. And not one Norwich fan in the full house crowd expected anything but victory for the Canaries. City were playing with all the confidence of a team that made mincemeat of all opposition so far. Hodgkinson saved the Sheffield goal from an early attack. After 13 minutes, Errol Crossan sent the ball to Bobby Brennan. He deceived right back Coldwell and put Norwich 1 up. The Canaries didn't sing. They roared with a noise that would have done credit to Wembley itself. The Cup competition has transformed a humble third division side into a giant-killing team. Terry Bly drew Hodgkinson out and lobbed into the net. Norwich 2, Sheffield 0. It was a serious plight for Sheffield United, but the game was only half an hour old. As Kennan didn't look too safe in the Norwich goal, the visitors were by no means a beaten side yet. United inside right Hamilton shot, Kennan missed it and Pace slammed it home. So the score was Norwich 2, Sheffield 1 at half-time. Norwich kicked off in the second half full of confidence in their ability to increase their 2-1 lead. Sheffield United easily escaped danger from an early Norwich attack, and refreshed by the interval, the Blades played 100% better than in the first half. Kennan cleared this time. He was in place of the injured Nethercott, but Norwich was still dangerous despite Sheffield's revival. Bly was tripped, but nothing came of it. How the fans hoped for another goal. Luckily for Sheffield, Hodgkinson was safe as a rock. Norwich were now back in the picture again, taking the ball in raid after raid on Sheffield territory. Crossan's shot was half parried, but Terry Bly made no mistake. No wonder Norwich fans invaded the pitch. The Canaries led 3-1. Surely it was in the bag. Sheffield had other ideas, and the City goal had a narrow escape. There was still 20 minutes to go, and even though there were 2 goals behind, United were full of fight. Outside left, Simpson placed a corner beautifully for Summers to head Sheffield's second goal. Norwich stormed back. Crossan nearly scored again, and as the last whistle blew, it was Norwich 3, United 2. The amazing Canaries are in the semi-final.